All right, let me know as we're getting started if you can hear me good and see me good. You know what? I forgot to do a chat while we're waiting here. Let me confirm this is right. Not a chat, a poll. Let me do a poll. We're going to get, as people are coming in, we're going to get. This is kind of like, the title sounds stupid though. At first it was like playful, but now it's kind of stupid. For anyone new here, I have a review series called Flaw in All Reviews. And Friday the 13th, part 1, 2, and 3 is up. We're posting part 4 around Tuesday, I think, or Wednesday in a couple days. Anyway, we'll be doing The Walking Dead. The theory is to do the whole series. Most likely, it depends on how much interest there is. We already did some of 9. We did all of season 1. We're going to be doing season 2 again shortly, but this is kind of like a review stream of starting at the beginning of this episode and kind of just quickly scrolling through, doing a review, but also pinpointing some of the more raw flaw and alls. The way I would do it behind the scenes if I was to put together a flaw and all for this. Now let me do a straw poll here real quick. Season 11, we'll do Walking Dead Season 11, Episode 1. And then we're going to do... we got love it, like it, meh, and then we should be able to kickstart right into this. I gotta check something because I don't see there's a picture of Negan on my screen, but I don't see it on your screen. Dislike, hate. All right, love it, like it, dislike, hate. Create poll. Copy the link. I'm going to put the link in the folder. Okay, there you guys are. I wasn't seeing any chat moving, and I was like, wow, either I'm very unpopular, I mean very unpopular, or The Walking Dead is getting mucho unpopular. Wait, edit. All right, so the straw poll is going to be one of the first things in the video description, and also I'm going to put it in the chat right now. All right, so it's in the video description now. Let me pop out the chat so you guys can see some of the chat. And let me see what's going on while you can't see the show, because I got clips of the show here. My sound is low. Well, let me pull up the settings and see what I can do. Well, I'm maxed there. Yep, I am maxed out. I put up the gain a little bit, but I put up the gain a little bit, but let me see. I know what I can do. Let's do can't I do any whatchamacallits? Microphone. Adjust microphone volume. Nothing popped up. What is going on? Redo, adjust microphone volume, redo. Alright, I don't know. Alright, here's the straw poll. You guys can go ahead and vote now. It's in the... Oh, I already did that. I'm losing my mind. What did we miss? How did we get suits though? Oh, you're talking about this episode just proves they can skip Splinter. How do I sound for the rest of you guys? Because I turned everything up. It's all up. If it's a little bit low, I'll go into the final settings and tweak that. I don't know why I can't. See, this is what happens when you. There we go. How did it get out of the cage, though? How'd they get out of the cage, though? Well, that was something. You sound fine. I might have to play with the sounds later just because it's been a minute since I streamed, and I can't remember how to add the effects. But that's one thing. When I was watching this, first off, why can you guys not see that? Can you hear that? Here's the episode. I got it playing on AMC Plus, which AMC Plus, their website
This
is
back up and running again.
Yeah,
That's
why
they
can
took
you
it.
guys not see that? Let
We
me
just need to
find
take it
out they
back.
put on one of those screen capture blocks. Let me find out.
So,
Well, I tell you what, you can thank AMC. They're not getting any Flaw and All review videos. They're not getting any Flaw and All review videos. I mean, not for the new season. Part of my plan was we would just dive into the new season and do the rest of season 11 Flaw and All reviews, and then go back and do season 2 and work our way up. Or maybe if we have free time. But the problem is I was pulling clips from AMC Plus, you know, which I mean, I pay for it, and that's something. I mean, without it, if I wasn't using it, I just wouldn't even have AMC Plus. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, they do a screen capture block on AMC now. It's dumb. Yeah, that is so stupid. I get it for people that, because the show is coming out a week early. So what happened was, and if you're a part of this community, you suck. But what's happening is you'll get like the Daryl Dixon channel, the Rick Grimes channel, the Negan's Bat channel. And what they'll do is they'll get AMC Premiere, they'll get the episode early, and they'll start posting the whole episode in clips. So they'll be like, Negan and Maggie face off, the Daryl this. And AMC, I'm sure, was catching on, and they were like, oh, you know, I don't know why they didn't think of it sooner. But what now happens is, I mean, we're definitely not doing season 11, because what that means, instead of just pulling it from AMC Plus, I'll have to do AMC Plus, and then on the flip side, go and buy each episode individually, which costs a ton when it's all said and done, and buy it from a different site, like Amazon, for example. And then I could do the Flaw and All. But I'm not fucking with any of that. I'll just wait until it's on Blu-ray and do it then. AMC is king shit of just, I don't know, just stupid shit. Anyhow, so for this episode, yeah, I don't even know if we can't check out some of the clips as we're going. And you guys know from my streams, I don't play full clips at all. You'll get like a 2-second nugget. I don't play whole scenes at all. But I like to pause it on scenes so you can see the character or the action, and then that's what we're talking about. Honestly, I don't even know if if streams. You guys let me know if we should even be doing the streams, or maybe I should just drop the whole you guys see the show type bit, because now AMC blocks it. So anyhow, let's go back to the episode. That's something I originally. There's two things I thought was a real head scratcher. One, they did that quick scene where they're like, Princess is like, oh yeah, I'm watching these guys. They like to suck each other off or sneak off and do whatever they're doing. And the cat just bounced. She was like, this guy's too loud. She was taking a nap. And then next thing you know, they show two characters and then two guards. And I'm thinking, okay, obviously we're going to watch the characters steal the outfits and try to escape. But no, they skipped the whole scene where they snuck out of the cage, which it's like, if you could sneak out, then what the fuck you need guard outfits for? Anyway, they snuck out of the cage, and then they get guard outfits, but they don't show you any of that. And then there's a real quick scene where it's you think the guards are embarrassed because their outfits were stolen, and then they put the outfits back, I guess, and then brought themselves back to the cage. I mean, skipping scenes like this, it's a writer's way to say, yeah, I'm not doing it, because they would have to come up with a creative scene to make that happen. Plus, it isn't even really that interesting. And that's what, in one of my spoiler-free critique review, that's one of the things that frustrates me with the Commonwealth, because it feels like, okay, we have this sewer set up, subway sewer, and that's our stage. We paid this amount of money for it, so we need to make it work for at least 2 episodes, maybe another one. Depends on if we return this way. I don't know. But at least 2 episodes. So sprinkle the Commonwealth in there. well, the Commonwealth doesn't have much story, but we'll just make it work. That's what it feels like. So then we have these scenes where it's like, oh yeah, see those two over there? They're blah blah blah. So they're doing all this filler crap, and then when it comes to a scene like that where they don't even kind of hint something, I felt like it was kind of unnecessary. They could have wrote something where they got to that moment without having to do that whole switcheroo with the guard's outfit. I feel like it was somebody who's maybe just copying kind of like Star Wars, you know? And or they're a true fan of Star Wars and they wanted to do some type of Han and Luke and Skywalker, because I bet you any money that's it, because fans always call these the stormtroopers. So if you think about it, they just wanted to force like a stormtrooper Easter egg in there. You know what I mean? Which I can understand if they're a fan. If they're just like, oh yeah, fans say stormtroopers, let's just steal this. But if they're a fan, I appreciate it. A little Easter egg. It's playful because they know these characters are like, they're almost like stormtrooper ripoffs. Anyhow, so the beginning kicks off, and this is something that. The beginning kicks off with a rough CGI of the nighttime. Now, it's not too bad when you, I don't know. It's not too bad, but there's something about nighttime CGI that you can see out. It has a depth problem and a brightness problem. There's some areas where it's like they have a struggle doing natural darkness in like long shots with CGI. There should be some areas I would show you on the screen, but I'm looking at Daryl here. If you go back and rewatch it, to the right of Daryl, there should probably be some more dark and yada, yada, yada. But it doesn't sit right. And I think those little subtlety things, that's what you pick up on when people say they have problems with the CGI. I just think they just can't quite get it when it comes to the small subtlety things. Anyway, so they sneak in, and I thought the beginning was good, and I love the fact that they use the women specifically to lower them down. And this is a scene where you get an action moment with all women, and it makes sense because they're the lightest. And that's something I brought up in my spoiler-free review, and if you watch the video and then Angela Kang talks at the end of it, she actually brings that up, and she said, yeah, it was fun we can do because it makes sense. It's logical. The women are lighter. Like, you wouldn't send Jerry down there. Even Daryl, because he's got some good weight and some good muscle on him. You're not going to send him down there, so you send the women. Now, it does get a little ridiculous, I'll admit. Someone says, couldn't they have just busted open a door, lured them out with noise? I'm not even going to pretend like, let's just pretend like the doors are all jammed up. Sure, yeah, there's probably an area they could have gotten into. They didn't have to go into the roof. But let's just pretend like something was happening. Like the doors were, I don't know, messed up somehow. And yeah, they can lure them out. I mean, in this day and age in the world of The Walking Dead, these characters should be so used to redirecting the dead, it's like second nature. They can, be chit-chatting and doing little small whisper type sign language type stuff. And we just saw the whisperers, and they lived with them and redirected tens of thousands of them. Our characters should be able to do that just fine, absolutely fine. It would have been cool, to be honest, if we saw them adopt the Whisperer way of life in a way to redirect them. And there's a chance we might see a portion of this where Maggie has the Whisperer mask, but I have a feeling that was the actress upset that she missed the Whisperer storyline, wanted to wear a Whisperer mask and thought it was so cool. Yeah, and that's fine. That's awesome. I would be in her shoes and be thinking the same thing. And that's cool, but I have a feeling they're going to use it once and never do it again. I kind of think that would be awesome, because think about this. They're about to run into the Commonwealth, which is this massive community that is more like the old world. Imagine our group now just dealing with the Whisperers, dealing with all the shit they've been through, and now they adopt this way of life like the Whisperers. And I'm talking about simply to redirect hordes and to scavenge and everything that has to do with hordes, but directing them. But now they have this really gross type mask set up. Imagine how savage and primitive and brutal and gross they would seem to the Commonwealth. That has such a better contrast to it that I love, but they'll never touch it. They'll never do anything. We'll get 17 episodes of filler of them I don't know, walking through subways and shit before we get anything with some like real meat on there. We still should have Beta out there as like the serial killer leftover whisperer, who is that danger that just pops up randomly and out of the blue. But anyhow, so the opener I did enjoy for the most part, except for where Daryl does some knife throwing shit. Some of that looked ridiculous. The CGI blood I couldn't stand. I was going to show you an example where the lurkers are laying on the ground and you see the CGI blood. And just real quick, the reason is because when you first watch it, they do this thing where he's bleeding on the arm, and then the camera's in a position that would be nowhere near where the blood would fall. Even if it was filmed at an angle to where it looked like the blood fell and it moved 20 feet forward and then fell straight down. The angle was just shit. And one thing I get frustrated with is you're already strangling the budget. Why are we wasting budget with CGI blood? Record blood with a macro on his arm and let the blood fall. Record like blood, a little drip of blood falling, maybe even a slow-mo camera, just some cool little thing. You could do that anywhere, literally anywhere, and then drop it into the edit, and it'll look like that room, just fake like a dark little dirty wall space anywhere, and then have the real blood just drop right on his face. Like, some of those little moments I don't understand, because they spent way more than they should on that little CGI, and it just looked like shit. Anyhow, so from there they have, we're going to burn through this because this is going to be ridiculous how you guys can't even see the footage. So they have their fight, and then they go back to Alexandria. And this is where they're in trouble. You get out. Hold up. You get going. You get going. I had to. She walked right into the room and she went to jump on a statue. There's this, here's my luck. I talked years ago about reviewing like a high-end statue from the perspective of somebody who's never seen anything in person, never seen anything like it, right? I've reviewed a $300 Walking Dead statue, a $400 Last of Us statue. Well, it was like $350. And like a $350 like Days Gone statue or something like that. So that to me was like that's crazy. That's huge and expensive and blah blah blah. So anyway, and you guys know. So I don't know if I can spin this. So those statues I reviewed and yada yada yada. So I got the big one in, the Predator here. He's huge, 28 inches. Look at him over there. Anyhow, stay tuned for this channel and my Ronnie Hayes channel. I might do a main video on this channel for the review of that statue. But oh my God, there's going to be like 8 videos based on it, because keep in mind, if you want to go buy that statue right now, you're going to have to go. It's $1,700 and you can pay like $200 to ship it like over 3 months, or I don't know, like $400 to get it in a week. And anyway, it's high end statue, in my opinion. Somebody else is going to be like, nah, man, I got these $10,000. Well, I don't care, bro. This is like, I just sold my car, and got a new car. And that's what I sold my car for. So for me, that's like super high end. So they send this insane high end statue, and the heads are fucked. So fucked, it's not even funny. They put the paint on so poorly that it's just fallen off. So if you're interested in any type of collectibles and maybe even kind of sort of just like fails and absolute miserable experiences, that's coming up this week on the Ronnie Hayes channel. I shot an email to them, so we'll see what they say. Anyway, so getting back to The Walking Dead, and then we'll pull up some of your chats on the screen. So they go to Alexandria. Alexandria is pretty much screwed. And some of this, I get it. I don't mind it. I like seeing them in their world. But I'm already iffy on, it feels like they're stalling for the Commonwealth storyline. Well, what are we going to do while we have this group at the Commonwealth and being introduced there? Well, they're starving, and then they're going to go find food and run into this group, and I'm already a little frustrated. So their mission is to go to this location Maggie talked about. And here's one thing that really frustrated me. I got excited because I'm thinking, holy shit. For 5 years now, we've been stuck at Alexandria. We've done really small like runs in comparison, but we're about to go into the open world. We're about to go into the open world of The Walking Dead, where we're going to get a huge look at what this world looks like, because they have to travel. I mean, this is big, you know? And the very next shot, it's pouring down rain so bad, we don't see any of the world. They divert the group down into a subway, so obviously we know it's likely a closed-off set. It's probably the set they used for, like, the tunnels or something for, I don't know where they filmed. But, again, so they go to a set now where it's the sewer/subway looking set, and we're there the whole time. We have, I got to be careful I don't mess this up, because I did watch episode 1 and 2. You can watch episode 2 right now. I honestly didn't care for much of the Commonwealth. I thought Mercer was great. And then we get bodies all on the ground in the subway. Maggie wants to move forward. Negan's kind of being a logical voice of reason. And Maggie does shoot back with some good stuff, though. It is a good back and forth. I think it was the best part between him and Maggie. But she has a point. She's like, listen, we're going fast because our kids are starving. We're doing this because this and this. It's a good mix. It does ride that line like a little bit of cringe kind of when it gets to certain moments. Like, I'm not that girl that left and came back, and it's like, yeah, that's the stuff you're supposed to show, not tell. But I get it, because it makes sense. It falls in line. But again, you're supposed to show that, and it would have been nice to just straight up just only see that. Like, we didn't need it incorporated into the dialogue. So we go back to the Commonwealth. I don't know. There's some stuff there. And then they see the wall. And this is where I thought the Commonwealth would do something interesting. And it literally goes like this. Can I even play a soundbite? I might as well. I mean, you guys can't see it.
Wall of the Lost.
Oh, it won't even let me fast forward. So she goes to walk away. Yeah, right here.
Yumiko.
I have to stay.
That's it. And then it rushes right off. Commercial. That's it. No. All this crap with them going back and forth. I don't mind the questioning. We knew that was coming. I thought it was stretched out a bit. The way they filmed it with the side by side, even, it's not something they do all the time in The Walking Dead. It works in this situation. But I don't know, something about hitting that wall. Now, keep in mind, I don't want the wall scene to be 15 minutes. That's not what I'm saying here. But I'm just saying that and everything around it, it felt like it should have been a more punch of a moment. And right when they were starting to bring, like, the punch, they're like, cut to commercial, we're done. Let's go. And it's like, man, something that should have been a really, hit and scene. It feels like you just rushed to do some stormtrooper shit and get it over with. So they get through the subway stuff. There's every single door everywhere is broke and locked, and they have a hard time getting in. I don't know. I mean, you guys can debate whether that is a thing, but Maggie looks really ridiculous, and this is one thing that sucks. She looks really ridiculous, struggling, and even asking Negan for help. Like, bitch, come on, Now, I will say, it is interesting, and it is interesting, and it is not something I thought they would do, where they have Negan straight up like, nah, bitch, and it fits with his character, and I did like it. At first, I was like, come on, just because I don't like the other things around it. But one thing I can't stand with AMC, the next commercial for the next episode is like this. Negan's all like, I did what I had to do, or I don't know. It made it sound like he killed her or something. That's what they're hinting. This cliffhanger ending, that trailer, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to spoil anything, but she's in the other fucking trailers, guys. I mean, newsflash. They already show her all over the fucking place. And I guess everyone knows they're not just gonna bring Maggie back and then kill her off, but she's all over the fucking trailers. I don't know what they're doing with this cliffhanger. That's one thing I didn't want to talk about just because I didn't want to spoil the scene. But now that it's over, honestly, no one fucking buys that ending, right? Again, she's in all the fucking scenes. She's in the woods. Negan was pulling her away, and I didn't see that scene yet, right? There's so much other shit that she's a part of in the promos leading up to this. But then in the next promo, they're playing it off like, yeah, oh, Maggie's in trouble. It's like, what? Why would you do that, Anyhow, they think it's a clever callback to Glenn. Yeah, I mean, yeah, dumpster, subway car, I guess, but I don't know. And next week is a little more frustrating because for those who have watched it, just to give you a little teaser, they do this thing with her and Negan where it kind of feels like, yeah, nothing is working. Here we go. It kind of feels like they said, okay, that's it. I'm sure they're gonna come back to it, but I don't know. Anyway, let's pull the chat up because I know there was a donation I want to give thanks for. Big time. The YOLO Donkey with a $5 dono. Ronnie, your reviews are amazing. Thank you very much. I wish I could send more. I just read Doomsday Kingdom #1. It was really good. Keep being awesome, dude. I really appreciate that. Now, do you mean issue #1 or volume #1? Either way, I'm glad you liked it. And if you read issue 1, keep in mind there are 4 more issues after that, and there's more coming. We have some announcements coming up, but we'll talk about Doomsday Kingdom another day. Anyhow, and anyone else new, go to doomsdaykingdom.com and you can buy the volume there if you're in the U.S. International shipping, we're working on something right now because they changed some stuff, so we got to make some corrections and whatever. Was the bunny rabbit stuffed animal an ode to the first episode when Rick met his first zombie, the little girl? I don't even remember a bunny rabbit stuffed animal. Was that in the sewer? I mean, it might have been. I don't even remember that, though. Ronnie, I do have some shit luck, bro. I have some shit luck. My daughter starts school tomorrow. This is how shit my luck is. My daughter starts school tomorrow. So I took her for one last day of fun. I took her to a water park. It was like an hour and a half away. We were gone all day. I'm burnt. My skin is burning. My arms are burning. I scratched my shoulder. Shit's burning, Anyway, so I took her to the water park. She had a blast. All day we're there. Took her out to eat after that. We're coming home. It's getting late at night. I'm exhausted. And I just sold my old car and then got a new car. Now, I haven't had a new car in a long time. My old car was a 98. A 1998, and so I just sold it and then got a new one, or a lease for a new one. It's 2012, so it's not like brand new, but only 40,000 miles. I loved it. It's nothing crazy. It's just a Hyundai Elantra. Again, 2012, 40,000 miles. I'm really happy. A new car just feels, or a newer car just feels so good. I always ride around in beaters, especially with a kid. A kid's picking their nose, 2-year-old, 4-year-old, whatever. They're eating shit, getting it all over. I never wanted to deal with a new car. So anyhow, get the new car. We're on the way home today. I just received that statue, which, keep in mind, the statue originally, I was supposed to review it and then sell it next month. It has 4 alternate heads. 3 of them are completely ruined right out of the box. That's why it's like, oh, well, my luck sucks, That's why I am contacting the company. There's no way they're not going to replace it. There's no way. It's 1,000% their fault. I even recorded the unboxing, which you guys can watch this week on my Ronnie Hayes channel. So that shows up. But what's the luck in that? Your very first time just opening and touching something that's like that type, you know what I mean? And it's trashed. It's just trashed. And so we're coming home from the water park. Long day. I got a big week coming up. I got a lot of work coming up. And I'm just cruising along, and a deer comes out of nowhere. With my new car, just plowed right through the fucker. Well, front of the car is fucked. I'm glad I do have full coverage, but front of the car is fucked. And what else? What else is fucked besides my life? I'm just glad the airbag didn't go off, because I think I was even holding my smoker, this thing like this. I mean, it probably wouldn't have done nothing, but the airbag would have fucked my life up, I think my brother broke his nose, or just like his nose was gushing from an airbag. you guys don't want to hear about my bullshit. You're probably dealing with your own shit. But yeah, my like, if it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have no luck at all. You know, who can relate? All right, so are you a fan of Invincible comic? I do have the first like 40 issues in one of the hardcover books. I do like it. I didn't like it at first because it felt more like a kiddie comic, you know. But I love how, and I don't know if this was on purpose or on accident. It reads one of two ways. Invincible the comic reads like this because every time there's about to be violence, they cut it. And then they'll show like something in the distance. And you're like 3 or 4 or 5 issues into this. You're deep into the comic. And just when you start losing hope that it feels like a kiddie comic, and here's the thing, it's one of two ways. Either Kirkman was like, okay, sales aren't that great. I need to seriously change it up and shock people. Or he actually strategically did it like a kiddie comic in a way. Nice and tame, and then out of nowhere it's just blood, guts, and gore, and it's insane. Bright red blood all over the place. So again, one of two ways, and either way it worked wonderful because then it got dark, deep, raw. It still has a really cartoony look that I'm not a big fan of. I love the artist. I think the artist is incredible. I have some of his artwork for The Walking Dead, Ryan Otley. I don't know. I think it's just the coloring and everything overall. His art, though, is incredible, but I think it's just that type of coloring. So I do like it. I am going to check it out on Amazon. Issue number 1 digital. I'm broke till next payday, or I'd binge read. I feel you. Well, they're going to be up there for a minute. When you do get a little bit of windfall, you can even buy the volume. They all come signed. Like I said, I think we have about 50 left. That should last us for the next month or so, and then we're going to be, well, maybe a couple months, because I'm going to be working a lot and not really doing a lot of pumping. But once they sell out, though, that'll be it. We're not going to print them again. If we do, they're not going to have the same covers. I checked out the second episode, by the way. The scene where is pointless. Yeah, it is pointless. Of course, Maggie survives. Yep, they wouldn't get rid of her early. Yep, Negan and Maggie are so gonna hook up. That chick who plays Princess is super hot and has sweet personality. I think she does good. I'm not a fan of the whole bubbly, character, but I think the casting is on point. I think the actress is actually doing a lot with stupid material. Like, Princess is that character that can either really work or really dive bomb. And I think how it was written in a comic, it just dive bombed. It just felt like a character who just talked all the time and fast and nonstop and wouldn't shut up and said ridiculous stuff just because she's quirky and yada yada yada. No more guards were in between shifts. Let's see how they just have such things locked down, yet they can brazenly be that carelessly leaving. Yeah, I don't know. And that's why they didn't show it. Not only is it not that interesting, but you'd have to actually write a smart scene for them to get out of the cage without being seen, but get out of the cage, find where the guards did took their break, steal their stuff, and then somehow replace it. And we don't even know. They don't even tell us, hint at us, like how, I don't know. I'm almost 100% positive that Negan is aware that there is like a stoop or something that is preventing her from falling into the pit of walkers. Well, it's not that pointless. It's not. They do something better than just like that type of pointless, but it is pointless in a different way. Doomsday Crypt said, "I forgot premiere was tonight." I don't blame you. Though I didn't see a lot of hype or build up to it. Best part was Negan found the book. You know what? Let's check the straw poll, actually, and then we'll check it every now and then. Here's the straw, because there's nothing else to look at. I'm just gonna give it an okay. I'll be honest. I'm giving it an okay for a premiere for the final season. That's the best they can come up with. I'm just giving it an okay. That's my vote. My vote don't even count anyway, or at least last time I checked, it didn't count. I don't know why. Show results. Here's the results. So we got 45 votes in and liked it. Again, they didn't do a bad job, so I definitely can see this. No hates, 1 dislike. This definitely looks about right if I was to guess. We're going to put the poll back on the comments so you guys can go and vote. I'm really excited because this week we're putting up Friday the 13th Part 4 Flaw and All review. I was going to switch to Predator, do Predator from 1987, and again, the statue was part of that. And now that the statue's in, I was going to showcase the statue, but I still have the head with the mask on, which is pretty friggin' amazing. I can still do that, I guess. It's just at a distance, you won't know that the head's all fucked. Anyway, and it's only for a clip in the video. It doesn't even matter. Anyhow, so I was going to do Predator and then go to Friday Part 5 and then Predator 2 and then Friday Part 6 and then maybe Friday Part 7 and 8. You guys let me know, though. Let me know how you feel because Juliet's going back to school. I'm going to be restructuring some of my schedule to likely get a lot more releases out as far as videos up on this channel, videos specifically. So if that's the case, we will need an idea of where to go just to stay ahead of the game, because I don't want to abandon Friday. I am kind of shocked, though, because Friday 1 and 2 did really good. Friday 3 did bad. My daughter said my thumbnail sucks. Jason doesn't look that good. I thought Jason looked kind of cool in the thumbnail, but looking it over again, I think I agree with her. I think it's the way he's looking down. It doesn't work. So I'm going to do a whole new thumbnail for, I tell you what's doing amazing. The Bone Tomahawk, and I think that's because the thumbnail is fire. Sometimes you make a thumbnail that's so simple, but it's fire, and yeah, people are going to click on that. I'll show you the thumbnail because you look at it and you're like, yeah, that's absolute fire. So here, I think this was my original thumbnail for Bone Tomahawk right here. I love this. Loved it. And I tried to do like an 80s Flaw and Awe theme, but I didn't like that fit, though. And then I did this one to do Everything Wrong and Right With, to kind of just do like a parody thumbnail for Everything Wrong With. And I only wanted to do the parody just for a little bit to get people to watch, and then I took it off and I put this one on, Brutal Masterpiece you likely have not seen yet. And this really grabs people. And as soon as I made this, I knew it. The intensity in his face, the color, just the brutal masterpiece, it's a win-win. You might not look at it and think it's anything special, but I'm telling you, when you see this, if you're looking for something to watch and you see this thumbnail pop up on your screen, there's a good likelihood you clicked on it, It's got a lot going on. If you're clever, you see he's missing fingers. I mean, he's locked up. What happened? How to get in there? It's a great thumbnail. Sometimes you really put something together and it's fire. I did the Friday one. I think I need to change it. Where is did I not save it? You gotta be fucking kidding me. I didn't save it, I don't think. Because I have Friday 13th. Here's my old one. I made a new one, but I don't think I saved it. Yeah, I am an idiot. But here's Friday 3. Well, no. Here it is. With glasses. Yeah, with glasses. I like the glasses, though. I want to keep that Friday. But I think I need to change Jason's face. It just doesn't. And Juliet said to take away the coloring in Flaw vs. Awe. She doesn't like the coloring, so I might just do plain, like, white and then a different face. But I like that because he's looking down, doesn't show his eyes. It's from part 3, because it's in 3D. It's actually hard to get a crisp image of Jason directly pulled from the movie, just because it's in 3D and it's rough. Do you think it'd be cool if they brought more Whispers in the final season and have them as villains, or have our group fight some Whispers and the Reapers at the same time? No, not in that way. No, it would only be cool to utilize the Whispers in a really different way instead of just having them come back in and fight again. What's with the black screen? AMC blocked the footage, so that's the black screen. Yeah, I gotta mess around with some of these thumbnails and make some. That's my when Juliet goes back to school. That's my priority for the rest of this month and next month. I already have a good chunk of time I set aside for working on strictly the videos. It's something I really want to do, and I think it would help. We build up the community, and it'll help us to crank them out. My goal is to put out one every week, one every like Friday, for example. And I think I could get it done, but I need to be around like 50,000 viewers each episode. I think, even at 20,000 each episode, I think that's a good starting point. But I need to hit at least 50,000 views each episode, up to 100,000, and then I'll be okay, because then I could pull time away from one job to put it towards that job and be all right. But like I said, the Friday one, let me see why my thumbnails did not save. Where did I save them? Yeah, I don't know where the hell I put them. I must have messed up somewhere. I think I know. I might have put them with the Friday edit file that I have. Look at all these movies, yo. These are all movies I have prepped. I would fucking love nothing more than to get the time to do Alien, Art the Clown. Well, no, that's the character. Back to the Future. Better Watch Out, Bone Tomahawk, yada, yada, yada. Halloween, yeah, Nightmare, Predator. I would like to do newer ones, though. Someone mentioned Fear Street, but then I noticed Kill Count is doing, I don't know how, but redoing Friday and Fear Street. And I was like, nah, that's overload. Because that's a big channel, and I don't know about just doing that. The Thing would be another one. This season is a lot more cinematic. For some people, just going off what you're saying, the film grain was getting them. It seems like it's a lot cleaner, and it is, because the film grain's out there. They're shooting on digital. I'm real mixed when it comes to the film grain, because there's a film look to it that just has a look, has like a I don't know, like a finish to it overall. But then there's sometimes where it feels like they added extra film grain, and it almost makes it blurry in a way, And I fucking hated that. I remember there's some scenes in The Walking Dead where I just wanted it crisp, like the promo images, However, sometimes though it looks a little more fake, I think that it's probably why they did it the way they did for the beginning, because again, it would look really different. It'd be nice to see an example of season 1 on digital, without film grain versus how they shot it on film. But they're getting out and about now. In a way, season 11, final season, they're out in the world. They need to be even more cinematic, I feel. I think the scope of it now is restricted in a way, because they're going down little tight cracks to keep, having the film the actual world. And a lot of it is CGI. That, for me, is there, but it's not quite hitting. El Camino was a continuation of the ending of... Yep, you guys must be talking about Breaking Bad and not a fan of Breaking Bad, blasphemy. Oh, you are. Do you like the Savior arc or the Whisperer arc better? TV show versions, I like the Whisperer arc better, although the Whisperer War itself wasn't that good. I didn't like the either war on film. It's amazing how both of them were underwhelming. And I think it just breaks down to money. When you're reading a comic and you got Negan throwing grenades over the wall, and then when you watch the show, it's like them hiding and you hear it in the background. Shit's on fire. You did get a cool fight scene, I thought, with Rick and Negan. But again, you get those big differences. So I think just the movie, All Out War, versus the Whisperer War, I'm sorry, the TV show, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. They both have pros and cons. I might give it to the Whisperers just because the Whisperers themselves and everything surrounding it is cool shit. You know what I'm saying? Living among the zombies, their look, how they act. The leader stuff was real good with Samantha Morton playing Alpha. The saviors, there was cool shit, but it's like they just lived in a factory. You know what I mean? So when you're there, and then when you're where else? Alexandria, and then a couple places on the road. But I was more invested in the tension between the saviors and Alexandria. The tension never felt ramped up with the Whisperers and the community. And again, I think that's a big part. Yeah, the tension never felt like it was there, and it should have been, because the Whisperers, they should have had the scene, remember, where it was like, oh, look at all those zombies. But for some reason, it just doesn't hit. You know. Walking Dead CGI always sucked in a lot of parts. Yeah, it's sucked. The show dropped the ball so hard with All Out War. What the fuck was their idea, having the garbage lady kidnap Negan? I don't know. Ryan Hurst did a great job as Beta. He did. That preview on Talking Dead, huh? What preview? Last of Us 2 had that issue with the film grain too. Thankfully, they patched it in the option to remove it. Oh, nice. I wonder if I removed it. When did they patch that? Random question. How do people feel about Alden? Wondering, because I'm personally not a fan, but he seems to be well liked. Alden's an interesting character because he's a savior, and you would think there'd be a little more with him and Negan. I was waiting for more. Just, anything, something. I was just waiting for more. There should be more depth there. He used to be one of Negan's, I don't know. I wouldn't say one of his fighters. I mean, he fought for Negan, but it was do or die, But they don't ever, they just kind of like, I think it feels like they fucking forgot. I mean, there's a little bit maybe, but to me it's not, I don't know. There's not enough there. I mean, there's a couple lines where you could pick up and be like, oh yeah, but it just doesn't have that same, pizzazz, I think. When it comes to Alden, though, he just feels like, no, wait, I can't say that. That's part 2. There's going to come a scene in episode 2 where Alden has a moment and it's cool, but it just feels like we're doing the same scenes, but it's a different character saying it, because the person who would normally say it is already dead. It's already gone. It's like a character we've loved since the beginning, but they're not around anymore, so you got to give it to somebody, so just give it to Alden, Some of the character interaction does feel like that, just replacements for certain character types and not their own fleshed out character themselves. Random question. All right, I already did that. On Friday the 13th, part 5, A New Beginning, Junior is Crazy Ralph's son. Yeah. That's kind of the point. I don't know if that's a question or the kid who gets hacked with a. Oh wait. You're saying Crazy Ralph. I thought you were talking about Roy. Hold on. I just thought Roy. Let me see. On Friday the 13th, part 5, A New Beginning, Junior is Crazy Ralph's son. Junior. You're not talking about the fat kid that gets chopped up with the axe. Am I mixing? Who's Junior? Part 5 is one I have not watched a lot. I'll be honest, I don't think I've watched part 5 in over 10 years. Easy. and that's because it's not Jason. So, like with Halloween Part 3, a lot of people love it. I've never seen it in my life. When I review the Halloween for the Flaw and Awe, I'm actually excited to watch it because I heard there was no Michael Myers in it, and I didn't even bother watching it, when I was little. So, Ronnie, those Flaw and Awe reviews are dope as fuck. Can't wait for the next one. Thank you very much. I friggin' love those. If I could only do those, you retracted it. So you gave me a big compliment, and just as I was reading it, you stole it from me, bro. You broke my heart, man. Anyway, if I could do just that, I would. I don't know how many people in here would prefer, I don't know. I mean, keep in mind, we would still do Walking Dead and Flaw and All, but in all honesty, I friggin' love them. If I can only do that. Obviously, there's other stuff like I would, there's other stuff to review and to discuss when something hot comes out. Like if they announced a new Friday the 13th movie, for example, and there was some hot information, I would love to jump on and talk about it. Some type of new game, post-apocalyptic zombie, Days Gone 2. I'd stream that shit, So there's always other stuff too. But I'm talking about the main series. Like right now, or I should say for a minute, it's been like The Walking Dead was like the main thing. And that was in part an accident because I didn't start as doing Walking Dead. I started more along the lines of, in the gaming sphere and doing other stuff. But what new character are you most looking forward to seeing interact with our group? Mine is Mercer. Most interested? I don't care about the character of the new governor, but I'm most interested because that's going to be a big deal with, do we enjoy what's going on or what's happening? Because she's going to be a big part of what's going on. She's going to be on screen a lot, or at least she should be. It wouldn't make sense not to be. She's going to be talked about. She's going to be a mystery. Her rules and her laws and how she runs things, that's going to be vital. So even when she's not on screen, it's going to be about her. So that's the character I'm most interested to see what they do with her. But I'll be honest, I'm sorry. I'm just not excited, or I don't care about the character. I think they even hired, I don't know. I'm trying to picture. Yeah, they didn't quite hire someone that I would have thought of, but who knows? She could show up and, I don't know, do an amazing job. So we'll wait and see. Mercer, I think, as far as a character, I like. He's got a good presence. The actor is a great fit. I'm a little worried it doesn't matter because as a comic fan, it doesn't, We were told, Princess, something's coming up where Mercer, it's coming up where it's going to matter. And the comic just ended out of the blue one day and none of it mattered. None of the stuff that was set up in the end mattered. They did like a moment with Rick and then they just ended the comic. So a lot of the Commonwealth storyline, it only mattered in a way to flash forward and kind of say, oh, this happened, then this happened. So I guess that kind of tapers the excitement a little bit. What new, yeah. Wank says, I hate Friday 5, to be honest. I ain't mad at you. I hate Jason Goes to Hell. I'll be honest. I hate it. I watched an interview with the guy who made Jason Goes to Hell. I think his name is Adam. And oh my God. I mean, we agreed on a number of things. Like he said, only people who love horror should do horror. And horror producers should at least respect it and respect the fans. Agree with all that type of shit. And there's a lot of practical effects and blah, blah, blah. A lot of stuff I did agree with. But man, he starts coming out the blue with some crazy shit. Like really hyping up Friday the 13th with ridiculous statements like, I knew fans would go nuts if I don't show them the hockey mask and I keep it away from them for the whole movie and then I bring it back at the end. You're going to go nuts because you're like, yes, it's back. That's not at all what fucking 90% of fans did this. Oh, great. Now you bring it back at the end. The last 10 minutes, now you fucking do it. Like, why haven't we seen this, the mask the whole time? And don't get me even started on does the mask matter, blah, blah, blah. The mask is a huge deal. Now it's a huge, huge deal, especially at that time. At that time, it was like, it's not a reboot. blah, blah, blah. So it's a really big deal. It's such a big deal. The ending of Jason Goes to Hell lets you know, and they filmed it, they wrote it, it's all around it, and the ending lets you know why that mask is such a big deal, and it was staring them in the face, and they still kept the mask out of the movie for most of it, you know? Oh my God. When he said that in the interview, I almost like, just that, and another thing where he's like, yeah, but well, I think he even said, like, and people did love it. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Yes, there's some people that loved it, but let's get real. Anyway, there's another thing he said. He's like, yeah, but, you know, I could do some shit movie that no one will talk about, but I did Jason Goes to Hell, and guess what? We're still talking about it to this day. So I would rather, and then he compared it to, like, some movie that was, it was like Bobby Fischer. I don't know. It was like a chess. He was like, that movie was a masterpiece. Nobody talks about that movie today, but everyone talks about Jason Goes to Hell, and it's sitting here like, holy fuck. You live on another reality. You're in another plane of existence in your brain. That shit is crazy. Bro, Friday the 13th is a huge franchise. As a horror franchise, it's one of the biggest. If you had like a top 3 list, or, you know, it'd probably be Jason, Michael, and Freddy. You know what I'm saying? Like at the all-time top. There's 12 movies in total, right? There's 12 movies in total. Jason Goes to Hell would be talked about no matter how bad it is, because it's in connection with the franchise itself. The Bobby Fischer or whatever that fucking the movie was, I don't care how much of a masterpiece it is. It was a movie about what? You know what I'm saying? Like, you watch it, it's a great movie. Film fans and film critics and yada, yada, yada will pass it on but it's not connected and tied to anything. If I made a Star Wars movie, a legit one, Disney was like, yes, he made it with his cell phone and with $20, but it's officially the new Star Wars movie. Guess what? People would talk about it for the next 30, 40, 50 years because it's connected with the Star Wars ones, and most of them, 98.99999%, would talk about how shit it is, you know? It doesn't mean, oh, I'm so happy they're talking about it. You delusional prick. What the fuck wrong with you? They canceled Days Gone 2. Yes, for right now. No, I meant to accidentally deleted it. Whoops. Thank you very much. I appreciate the compliments. So do you know if the Walking Dead comic is really coming back, or was it just bullshit? The Walking Dead is not coming back. I don't know where you heard that from. Do you think we'll ever get to see Georgie again? In 1017, Maggie mentioned she heard of a city out west, which is where that huge city from World Beyond is maybe connected. You know what? If we're going to see her in any degree, it's going to be a small, just, you know, in my opinion, it doesn't even matter. I think Kirkman gave up. When you got that much money and there's so much pressure and stress, and you want to just do something new, fresh, you know, a new, fresh thing, it feels like he just, you know, cashed it in. I mean, and I can't even really hate, because who knows? If you plopped if I did this for 10 years and then you gave me $100 million, I probably wouldn't upload tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I probably wouldn't upload for 2 months. But that's a tricky comparison, though, because I absolutely love, you know, to some degree, I'm always going to be doing some type of similar content like this. So I don't know. Do you think we'll ever see, or Jason Goes to Hell somehow manages to be worse than Jason X for me? Ouch. What are your thoughts on Rob Zombie doing a Munster movie? I watched Munsters growing up. I don't give a shit about Munsters. It's one of those things where I've watched it, I can watch an episode, and it's got this nostalgic, you know, and I liked it. I looked forward to putting it on, eating some cereal, but I just don't care. I mean, I don't know. And for Rob Zombie to do it, I really don't care. I think Rob Zombie has an eye for a certain style, but I think some of his style, for me, it's a whole different taste, you know? Yeah. You think they're overhyping the Commonwealth? Without a doubt. Rosita has 78% chance of dying, ending up with Mercer. I'm calling it now. Oof. We'll see. I don't know about that one, though. Jason X is garbage too. I agree. At least Jason X is the type of bad I can smoke a joint too and laugh my ass off. Jason X does have like that weird camp to it. Jason X is another one I've never watched. Jason X, and again, Jason Goes to Space. I'm sorry. Back then, as a huge Jason fan, there was no fucking way you're going to get me to watch that. I was like, nope, I spoke with my wallet. But when it comes to Halloween, Jason X for Friday and Halloween 3 for Halloween. I've watched all the Nightmare on Elm Streets, but I haven't seen a New Nightmare more than like twice in my whole life. And it was purposeful because I watched it when it was brand new. And then like I watched it again when it came out on like DVD or something. But I was into the classic, the original, you know, and that's still the same actor, but I was into the original, part 1 and yada yada. Anyway, so that's going to be like a big refresher that's fun for me. Apparently the guy who plays the Terminator in Dark Fart is going to play Tommy. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. Whatever. I hope the new governor has a commanding presence and makes me interested to want to watch the episode and not just record it for the next day. I don't know, man. New dude who looks like Tiny from the prison. Interesting. Think they gassed all the soldiers or something. I don't know what you mean by that. All Jasons suck after Friday the 13th 4. Freddy rules. I don't agree with that at all. I think Jason 7. I know a lot of people shit on 7. I fucking love it. You know, I love it. It's not my preferred Jason. My preferred Jason is human, and I find that way more terrifying. And I think there's more tension there just because I don't think it's scary, or I don't think there's any tension when Jason teleports. Like in Jason Takes Manhattan, he like appears on both sides of the stage. I don't find that scary. I just don't find it scary. But Jason chasing after the chick in Jason 4, that's fucking freaky. You know what I'm saying? He's right on her heels. She's like, get away from me. Like, that shit is freaky. So when it comes to like the Jason, like there's a Friday, NECA did a Friday Part 7 figure, and it's starting to hit Walmart's. I'm dying to get my hands on it because Part 7 is my all-time favorite look. But if I could make my perfect Jason movie, I have a little secret there of what I would do personally. But it's kind of like taking the original and tweaking it a little and doing a reboot. But my perfect Jason would be real, you know. Anyhow, let me look real quick. Yeah, let's take another peek. I'll answer a few more questions because I just noticed the time's getting low. Like it is in the lead. Love it. We've got 1 dislike and one hate. That makes sense because, like I said before, they didn't do a bad episode. It's just I don't think they brought their A game to it. I don't think there's going to be a lot of episodes that will. I think there will be a few, and I'm doubtful on the ending. I know a lot of people ask me what I feel about the final episode and the final story arc. I'm trying to envision it, but I don't think it's going to be as impactful as maybe it could be if it was really the end, because it's not. It's kind of the end for the show, but it's not the end for these characters in that world. So it's not going to have a conclusion, but it'll sum up in some type of way. What are your thoughts on the new random bodybuilder? Apparently he's like Herschel Jr.'s bodyguard or whatever. I don't really have many thoughts, to be honest. I thought I heard from you last year that Gimple was in talks about bringing it back after the pandemic. Maybe I'm tripping. Yeah, you're tripping. Gimple doesn't have anything to do with the comics. I did talk about Gimple and Kirkman doing their own comic, and they did. It's called Die, Die, Die. That's been out for a bit now. But, yeah, Gimple had no plans. Unless it was like a weird article that mentioned it, and I was shooting it down. I don't ever remember talking about Gimple. Gimple has nothing to do with the comics at all. Like, not at all. Is Kirkman even still working on the show? Wasn't he suing them last I heard? I don't think Kirkman is anywhere near the show, and yes, he's still suing them, especially after Frank Darabont won. He's probably looking for like a settlement, you know, or it might be in the works now. They could be like, yeah, here's 20 mil, you know, whatever. Can they change their minds about making a season 12? And if so, what is needed to make that happen? No. The damage is done. Besides, they're already setting things up. Again, contracts and scripts and ideas, and they're building the crew. Well, they're not building it yet. I would imagine they're starting to put the prep work together to build the crew to run the Daryl and Carol show. There's other Tales from the Walking Dead. Season 12 is done. I mean, they could, to be honest, they could surprise us and be like, yeah, we're doing it. I don't think it does anything for AMC to do that, though. It doesn't. They're leaking money. And I don't even know, and again, this is just theory, but I don't even know how the rights work, if there's kind of like a financial difference to closing out the main series and then going to the Daryl and Carol show. Like, do they, you know, is there some type of way they can save money by doing that and yada, yada, yada? I don't know. And I don't mean with Kirkman either. I mean with people who started and who still get credited and paid for the series, you know. Can they change their minds about, okay. I guess I've forgotten about the Walking Dead musicals. They keep quiet, don't remember them. I remember they talked about it. They were serious about it, but they haven't done it yet. But wait a minute. Didn't you guys tell me they did a musical in Fear the Walking Dead? So that probably is where they were like, well, we can't do one, so let's do an episode. Do you think Nightmare on Elm Street will get a Scream Factory box set like Friday the 13th box set? Well, I hope so. Now, hold on, because Halloween didn't. And I know Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street has problems when it comes to releasing, because I have their little shitty box set. And if anyone can make, just throwing this out there, if any one of you guys out there makes the slips for the covers for the Blu-rays, not like a slip cover, but you have the Blu-ray box, you open the plastic, you slide the cover, and you know what I'm saying, the actual cover. If anyone makes that, I'm trying to get custom covers, so when I start, because I have a little skinny box that has all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, and I need a custom cover, something cool as shit for each one. That way when I put it on the shelf, I have different discs. I'll buy the cases. I'm looking for someone to make just the slips. I mean, if it comes to it, I might just print them out. I know there's people that make them and sell them and stuff like that. But again, it's like I don't know. There's some people that do custom ones that are real cool, but then there's some people that kind of just like take other people's art and then they want you to pay them like top dollar. It's like, I'm not doing that, bro. You know, it's fucking, I can understand if you're doing your own art and creating something crazy cool, you're doing your own Photoshop, and it's like, okay, that's impressive. But just taking someone else's art, throwing it in the program and printing it, I'm not fucking with you. You know, I'll throw you a couple bucks for the ink, but I ain't go fuck around with that. Anyway, not sure if you've checked out or plan to see the Suicide Squad. Thoughts? I don't have any plans to see it. It's stupid and corny, but man, it was a good time after such a long downtime for entertainment. I think I'm gonna eventually check it out. I think I might watch it with my daughter, because it seems like it's kind of dark, but it's still a little fun corny, and you know, maybe she gets a kick out of that. But I don't really have at this time any interest to see it. I think Harley Quinn is ugly. I think the actress is hot as shit, but they just make her ugly in these. I don't know why. I mean, in the original one, she was friggin' hot, you know, visually cool. In this, she just kind of looks plain, you know, maybe not ugly, but like just blah. The shark guy looks cool. I like the Stallone voice. I like the actors in it, but their outfits, their looks, not really big on it, you know. I don't know. We'll see. Halloween 3 is a meh horror movie. It could be. I'm going to check it out. I want 1/6 scale Jason and Freddy to be made again by some company. Bro, they already do. If you want that, you need to go buy it right now because they literally just released a part 3, Jason Voorhees from part 3 from Sideshow. They just released it, re-released it, and I got Freddy coming in a month or two. I threw him on a payment plan, and just because I have Jason, Myers, and Ghostface, I have Art the Clown coming, and Sam from Trick or Treat. So I got like my slasher type characters. But this is 1/6 scale. He looks fantastic. Look at him there. Looks freaking awesome. You got the Jason, the classic look. If you're gonna wait around for something else, the lawsuit has this guy tied up. I know it might be ending or something, but if you're looking for the classic, especially part 3, they just re-released it. If you miss this when they sell out, you could put them both on a payment plan. If you miss this, the prices are gonna go up. $50, $70. It's just, that's how it is. Will I watch the Daryl and Carol spinoff? Yeah, I'll check it out. I haven't seen The Unholy. Not that I remember. No spinoff for Negan. He'd be doing other movies, so it doesn't surprise me if Negan gets killed at the end. I could picture him getting his own little Tales from the Walking Dead episode. Maybe not a series. It could be a series, but yeah, I'm gonna fix the audio. I gotta go in and look at it. I mean, we're ending now, so I'll go in and look at it and fix it. Actually, you know what? I wonder if there was something with the audio. Let me look real quick. Come on. There was something with the audio when I pulled up, what is it called? The screen capture. And for some reason, the audio was, test your microphone. Ah, damn. Yeah, all my settings are set to the max. I'll have to go in and play around with it. We watched Daryl and Carol. Do you have any death predictions for this final season? I don't, really. I mean, I really don't. The final season's a tricky one. I mean, I think, it might be a fun one for people who are interested in trying to narrow it down, but it's tricky because you don't really know. If it was ending, then I would probably be like, oh, yeah, good, this one, that one, this one. But for something that has a question mark for what comes after, well, Maggie's probably going to take her comic story arc. Yumiko's probably taking it, so maybe Magna's going to die. Was she at Alexandria? That'd be a good split off. Carol, Daryl, they're going to the new show. Who else we got? Father Gabriel could die. Rosita's stuck around this long. I mean, there's a chance she either dies or splits off. But then if Gabriel dies and she dies, maybe she stays and he dies. Jerry, I could see him staying with his wife because they could use them in a flash forward type scene or maybe something coming up. Alden dead. Negan, keep him around because he's a moneymaker for AMC for after, and you can even just utilize him for little things. Am I forgetting people? I know I'm forgetting a handful of people, but it would kind of break down like that. You think it'll be a Boondock Saints 3? Do I think there will be one? No. Wake me up when Rick movies start filming? Yeah. It'll be corny. Daryl never die and is like Batman. Yeah. I believe the show is over. It's over. I couldn't remember the whole thing or just an episode. I'm sure it was an episode for the musical. Maybe. I actually really enjoyed the new Suicide Squad. Very gory, graphic, and just a good time. Yeah, I'll check it out. Who knows? I might end up enjoying it, but it's not something right off the bat that I went into thinking, yeah, this is something I'm interested in. Doomsday Crypt says, Art the Clown, 1/3, 1/6 pre-ordered and paid for. Nice. Yeah, I got mine pre-ordered at Big Bad. I think it comes out in October. I had no idea they were re-releasing them. How? Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, go to sideshow.com for that. Anyone who wants to, like I said, do it now, because it might take a month to sell out, but once they do, it's just a pain in the ass to hunt them down. This season will be boring. Nobody will die. Well, they got to kill somebody. If they give Negan a Tales from the Walking Dead spinoff, do you think AMC would use it as a backdoor pilot for Negan's own show if the ratings favored it? Well, if the ratings exploded, I can see them trying to work something out. Again, as a mini series, even if they didn't want to do a full, like there's no reason they need to go, hey, we're doing a Negan series and it's 16 episodes. They could just go, hey, we're doing a little Negan show and it's 6 episodes, you know, and we're doing a little, you know, and then if it does well, then here's another little. They could even pump out, I don't know, like a 2-hour movie and then follow it up with another one, or an event type thing, like 3-movie event like Fear Street, one a week. I talked about this before. Fear Street's actually a great example of something I've talked about for years now. With Netflix and with AMC now having its own kind of like Netflix thing. And again, people get annoyed when I say that, but again, it's, you know, it's what they're really going for. I mean, that's the idea there, to keep their content instead of giving it to someone. It's, you know, instead of dealing with cable providers and doing all these packages and all that other bullshit, you're coming directly to the source. Now, they don't have to worry about ratings on the cable, blah, blah, blah. You guys come straight there. Now, and then it's a consistent dollar amount every single month. So for them, Fear Street is something I was talking about, where AMC can do the same thing. It doesn't matter. I mean, we had seasons and shows and blah, 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 because it fell within time frames and periods, you know? You're watching Walking Dead, oh, it's this many episodes a season, blah, blah, blah. Like HBO frequently does 10 episodes a season, mostly. And it's on at 9 o'clock. We don't have that same lifestyle where you had shows on at 7, you know, your news on at 10. For older people it is, but for a lot of younger people, I mean, I'm not even young anymore. And for me, I don't watch news at 10 o'clock. I watch it as it's fucking happening. Every time I, you know, pull up my phone, I get alerts for any news things. And then when I check the news, check the weather, I get it whenever the fuck I want. Same thing with our entertainment. When it's coming out or out, it doesn't have to. I don't need a Negan series. Give me 2 Negan movies, one now, one next week. Fuck, and then in a month, give me 3 more. Like, just do whatever the fuck you want. My point is, do whatever the fuck you want. But again, it needs to be calculated when it comes to the marketing and promotion. But my point is, they can do anything. And if they do Tales of the Walking Dead right, that could be their anything. They could bring Negan on for 3 episodes of Tales of the Walking Dead. Instead of doing the Negan series, he gets 3 episodes. And then it could be a way to really keep the fans having to watch, because that's a gimmick that AMC, or not just AMC, but the Walking Dead creative team is really fucking with us when it comes to, well, you have to watch World Beyond. I know it doesn't look interesting, but it's connected to Rick. You know what I mean? They could do the same thing with Tales from the Walking Dead. I think it would be, you know, cheap as shit, but it's an option I wouldn't put past them. Oh, you watch Tales from the Walking Dead because Negan's going to be on some, and it's like, oh shit, I got to watch. He's going to be on some. But you don't realize it's an anthology, so the first 6 episodes has nothing to do with Negan, and then you get to the Negan 3 episodes. I don't know. So again, they could do whatever the fuck they want. But I would personally like to see them do something a little more cleaner, because that does suck. Watch Fear, it's connected to Rick. And then you watch and it's like, look, a black helicopter. Look, they're in black uniforms. That's connected to Rick. It's like, I don't give a fuck. That doesn't mean anything, you know? Where is Rick? What happened to him? What are they doing to him? You know, like, oh my God. Have you played Ghost of Tsushima now on PS5? I've been so busy, I haven't even turned on the PS5 yet. I'm dying to, but I haven't even turned it on. I am going to get Ghost of Tsushima on PS5, the director's cut. So I haven't been paying attention when that's releasing. I don't know, but I will be doing that. So it was great to be back in the world on PS5. Is it already out? I'll do that. Yeah. Eugene has to clap Rosita's cheeks before she's off. Yeah, in a way. The movie I was in as a zombie is on F.Awesome Horror. F.Awesome? Is that a real thing? Is it F&Awesome? Awesome? F.Awesome? Breakdown Lane? Have you played? Yep. If they can keep the quality of the first 2 episodes throughout the entire season, I'll be happy. Something tells me they won't. Man, tell me about it. I'm trying to order from Lim Toys Arthur Morgan, and that is sold out everywhere. Can only blame myself, to be honest. I'll make sure I don't miss out on. Bro, that Lim Toys one, I am. Are you on the forum? There's a forum for it. I forget where it's based out of, and they just showed all the behind the scenes stuff of the accessories, the weapons, and it's releasing soon. And that shit looks killer. I mean, I'm not grabbing it just because I just was not that into it, but I was close. I was like, this is epic. I mean, it looks fantastic. After that, they're releasing Joel and Ellie from part 1. That I'm going to grab. The YOLO Donkey for another $5 dono. Thank you very much. I appreciate that help a lot, bro. Excuse me. As a fellow writer, I rather feel really nitpicky or really enjoy it. Does being a writer change your viewing experience as a fan? Absolutely. Not only does a writer change your viewing experience as a fan, only because you pick up on things without even meaning to, but when you learn or even if you read, well, if you read a book on how to write a screenplay and you don't absorb any knowledge, this isn't going to be the same. But if you go to if you learn how to write a screenplay, because I actually learned, so I picked up on a number of things. I did courses, I read books, I devoured any and everything when it came to doing screenplays for a number of years. So when they do certain things, especially setting stuff up, a lot of times it's easy to pinpoint, yeah, that's going to come back around again. You know, they teach about things coming full circle in the 3-act structure. So, when certain beats happen, oh, this is going to kick this off and this and this. And if you know, what's an example? Like if they mention the fuel and the distance and then maybe this, and or you can piece together how that'll play out. And sometimes, I won't say all the time, but sometimes it's just unavoidable and it spoils shit heavy. And I don't think the problem is learning it. I think the problem is screenwriters are taught to write a certain way. Movies are only done this way, And the reason for that is because new writers suck, They won't set things up. They won't do payoffs. They won't do inciting incidents. They won't do any of this shit that you need to really kick things into gear. I think I butchered that, but I am so exhausted and tired. I think I said something that wasn't a thing, but anyhow, I think I said exciting. Anyway, that's not what that is, but it doesn't matter. I'm fucking exhausted. But the point is, new writers suck, so they try to teach them a blueprint of how to do it. But when you get to be a good writer, I think you should be able to work more and more outside of that blueprint and do things that'll leave the audience with a more unique and fresh feeling instead of knowing, oh, set up, the payoff. Last question. Yeah, I do have to wrap this up. You said we will talk about DK next time, but will it be R-rated? I ask because I introduced it to my teen siblings. Will it be suitable for teens in the future? Yeah, I mean, here's a tricky thing. I mean, it's not like perverse, It's not like that. Like I know there's Crossroads where it's like gore, literally gore porn. It's like gore and porn. It's nothing at all like that. but there's definitely hardcore violence. There's definitely gore. But when it comes to anything perverse, there's not really, because again, a lot of that I find to just be like kind of cheap shockers, and it's not used effectively for the most part. I mean, there will be some heavy stuff down the line, but again, it's nothing that goes into like twisted and perverse. Um, but like I said, there's definitely going to be, there's definitely violence. People on people violence, zombies eating people, so there's definitely going to be all that. Do you think the CRM Commonwealth standoff will happen? Coming up, there's dogs hunting people down. I mean, that gets pretty vicious. You'll see when it pops off, but just to give you an idea. Do you think the CRM standoff will happen in the TV series or in the movies? I don't even know if they're going to do that. At first, I thought they were going to do that, but with the Rick movie so far out, I don't even feel like they will do that unless it's an interesting way to set up something for a Rick revival reunion and a Rick movie finale to cameo the characters from the show years from now in a Rick movie where the CRM and Commonwealth have a standoff type thing. I mean, it's possible. Do you think that sound scared your cat? Do you think they'll give Negan Rick's Commonwealth death? I don't think that makes any sense. Like, not even a little bit. I don't think a lot of the Commonwealth stuff makes any sense for the show. Not the way they're going. So they should just forget it and do new stuff. Nick the Great with a $10 dono. Damn, I never got a notification. Hope all is well. Anyways, the Island expansion for God. Oh, okay. Is one of the best. I can't wait. Listen, Ghost of Tsushima is one of the best games I have friggin' played. I thought, honestly, Last of Us 2 is like the world. The story is dog shit, but the world, the environment, the gameplay, it's literally made for me. And I enjoyed, and Ghost of Tsushima was a new game I just wanted to play because it was new and it looked cool. But I was not at all even excited, really. Ghost blew me away. I had so much fun with that game. I was constantly impressed with that game that it is, oh my God. Ghost of Tsushima is $30 to upgrade if you own it on PS4. Definitely worth it. The island actually has a lot to explore. I don't know. I'll see. I was going to say I don't want to do digital, but we'll see what's available. I'll look because I might do physical. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I appreciate the heads up because I'm definitely grabbing it. Quentin Tarantino is one of those last few masters when it comes to filmmaking in general. Yeah, he's definitely got a good eye and a head for, yada yada. I saw it. It's gorgeous. I thought it would never release and canceled my pre-order and bought a different version of Arthur, and now I'm killing myself trying to get the Lim Toys one again. Bro. Where did you pre-order it from? Let me see. Wait, did my internet go down? Are you fucking with me? Yeah, where did you pre-order it from? Real quick before we shut her down. Oh, maybe the site's down. What the fuck? Ghost of Tsushima quickly became my favorite game of all time, and I had zero interest in it beforehand. Yeah, it's just so fun. Every other inch of that game is like amazing. It's an open world game, and it feels like they crafted every way for you to go was the way they meant for you to go. Like, it is so well laid out and crafted. It's just incredible. The visuals, the landscapes. And I'll be honest, I'm still, even when done with it, I'm still not in love with the combat feedback. Now, the combat feedback meaning like when you're playing Last of Us and you club somebody, you shoot somebody, or Days Gone, or like when you get those hits and the powder, splurt of blood, stuff like that. I know eventually I think you do get blood, but I don't like when video games do like a really like I don't like when there's numbers and blocks, like hit markers and what do they do in Ghost of Tsushima does like an X, or maybe it's like a little, I think in The Last of Us it's like a little scope type thing, but it's like small and you can even shut that off. I don't like when they do real big colorful ones, and I don't like when they have like the health bar on top. You got all this information on top. I like it to just be clean and nice and realistic, so when you pop an arrow in their face, it jams in their skull. A little powder of blood, shoots into the air, and they just fall, to the ground. I don't like any of these additional stuff. So Ghost of Tsushima doesn't have, it's not catered all the way to my interest, but it's still absolutely amazing no matter what. Wait, what did you say? Corey J said, I'm so glad to hear that because I hate sexual content when it doesn't warrant it. Yeah, sometimes it's used in ridiculous ways. And again, I don't not include it just to, because I'm offended by it. It's just sometimes I feel like when you're desperate, or when writers are desperate, they'll throw shit like that. And it's just not interesting. Like when I was reading that, is it Crossroads? It felt like somebody who was like, I don't know how to like really shock people. Oh, I know. Everyone rapes everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like the horse is raping the mother. It's like, that's fucking wild. It's like, yeah, but what's the story, bro? Playing after Last of Us was so good. Yeah, I needed that after Last of Us. I tell you what, we're going to go, but this site is not coming up. I think it's down. Oh, no, it came up for me now. What is the name of it? Shit. Morgan? Yeah, what was the name? Outlaw? Is it Outlaw? Oh, did you guys see they're making a Carol action figure from these guys? Here's Morgan. Morgan actually looks pretty good. When's he coming out? Oh, he is out now? Get the fuck out of here. See, this is cool. I love Morgan. I would love to grab one, but The Walking Dead just lost its oof with me. But honestly, man, I would love that. That is awesome. I love Morgan. That is so cool. And 3-0 is doing, what is it? The Rick from season 1 in the cop outfit. I want that. I'm gonna get that for sure. All right, so is it Outlaw? I forget what they named it. Lim Toys. Let me look up that. Lim Toys. They did the cop. Yeah, it's not even here. Damn. View all results. Yeah, they pulled it off this site. I'm on gianttoy.com. That's where I got my Last of Us 1/6 scale. It's not even on the site. They have this. Lim Toys did this guy too. The guy from Metal Gear Solid, and he looks amazing. It looks funny. Kind of looks like the Joel figure they're coming out with. Anyway. Haven't ordered any Walking Dead figures for a while. Yeah, I haven't gotten any either. What do you think the Reaper's purpose in the story would be? This soon after Whisperers and same time as Commonwealth. I think it's just filler to give the story something to do with Alexandria while they're doing the Commonwealth shit. In all honesty, I mean, that's it. I think you could turn off that stuff now, but I'm not really sure. I really enjoyed the island expansion and story. Yeah, I'll go in and play around. Make a path present. What's up? KG Hobby, where I buy my third-party stuff. It's not available anywhere anymore. Yeah, what was it called? Do you remember what it was called? Yeah, they're making season 1 Rick. Morgan saw red. Jaw is all wrong. Jaw on what? That guy I showed you? I don't know though. Metal Gear Solid, when I played it, you didn't even see a jaw, you know? Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, bud. I go to that forum though, because if there's anyone anywhere that knows about this figure, Gunslinger. I knew it was called. Yeah, GN Toys doesn't have the listing at all. Like, it's not even showing up as. It's not even showing up as. Because when the figures sell out, they still show up on the site. But it's not even showing up on the site. That's crazy. I don't know if what they have so much. They have so many orders in. They just were like, that's it? Yeah, because it's taken off everywhere. That is weird. Is there an issue with the company? I mean, I know they're still making it because the guy came out on the forum and said, everyone's saying that they're not making it anymore. We're making it, blah, blah, blah. But when you look up all these toy sites, it's 404. I mean, it's gone. Here's one in China. Not China. Where is this? The Dragon Vault. You can pre-order closed. Ask for a chance. Never mind. It was expected 2019. Yikes. Well, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. I got the Lim Toys Last of Us pre-ordered, but Lord only knows when that'll pop off. All right, I do have to wrap this up, though. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Let me know. We might do something a little different next week because AMC blocked the footage. We'll do another refresher here. 70 votes, and like and love takes the lead. That makes sense. I don't know if you know this, but you can use Firefox web browser instead of Chrome. An AMC Plus screen capture blocker won't work on it. Firefox. Let me write that down. Maybe next time we'll do Firefox. Firefox web. All right, I'll try that out. I mean, it would be silly if that's not, if that's something they don't like patch up, so to speak, because the people that they want to avoid getting the show could just do that too. So they should just, if you can't block it everywhere, they might as well just fucking knock it off with the blocks. Yeah, I think they had issues with Rockstar Games. I think they may, and this might work out in your favor, if they did have issue with Rockstar Games, they may have extra. They'll be able to pump it out there. Don't order from China. I order from China all the time. You just need to know the right reputable companies. You don't go to eBay and just fucking order from China. You're ordering from God knows who. But GN Toy or Toys? I think it's Toys. I always screw it up. I think it's GN Toys. Yeah. Oh my God, I spelled it wrong. That's why it wasn't showing up. Nope, I was right. Gian Toy, or Gian, however you want to say it, is Jiantoy. It comes from China, and they're reputable as fuck, you know? So I've ordered my Last of Us 1/6 scale figures. I've ordered some accessories. I was almost going to order an Arthur Fleck. My daughter even wants one, like a Joker, something of that. She loves that movie, like loves it. One day I'm gonna, but I'm looking for something. I don't know why they didn't, but I want something not even big either or gigantic, something smaller, or maybe, I don't know, maybe like a bust with something good paint, but I want it to be the smile, right as he puts his blood in a smile. but I want it to look real good. Because I saw a 1/6 scale figure, but they wanted you to buy an extra figure for the head and fuck all that. Would you get the Ghost and Goblin statue? No. Oh, I don't even know what that is. Ghost and Goblin statue. If this doesn't have anything to do with anything I'm interested in, I'm gonna be like, why the fuck would you even ask that? Statue. What is that? Ghost and Goblin statue. It looks like it's an old video game. I'll tell you right now, no, I'm not getting that. Yeah, I don't even know what that is. I have a 1/12 Joker that's pretty nice. It has the blood smile too. I saw the one from Felix Toys. It's the clothes mainly. I thought their face was fine. Again, I didn't see it in hand, but I can't do the clothes. It's the stitching, the bulkiness. On 1/6 scale, I don't even like it. Yeah, I just can't. I'm sorry. I barely tolerate it on 1/6 scale unless it's done really, really nice. But on 1/12, I just can't do it. From the video game, yeah. I mean, I don't know anything about Ghosts and Goblins. Maybe back in the day I played it a few times, but that's never been anything that I remember. Man, I hope Hate Arthur sucks compared to what I've seen. Toys would have been more patient. Yeah, sometimes you got to be more patient. All right, guys, thank you very much for hanging out with me. Don't forget this week, Friday the 13th, Flaw and Awe Part 4. Really had fun putting that together. I had a lot of fun with 3, but a lot of fun with 4, just because 4's one that I haven't watched as much as 1, 2, and 3. I've watched 3 a ton. 4 was one that still felt a little fresh, but big time nostalgia as well, because I saw that a lot back in the day. But all right, thoughts and opinions in that comment box. Let me know what else you guys want to discuss moving forward with The Walking Dead as far as the review style with AMC blocking it. I'll check out that Firefox. But yeah, look out for that this week. And if you don't mind, share as many as you can for the Flaw and All reviews, especially Friday the 13th, Part 3 for some reasons, doing a little, it's slacking. All right, good night, and be safe. Oh, shit. There I go, breaking things.